Hi, my name's Katie. I go by Katie. So I'm going to dive right into the questions here for our introduction topic. The first question is define communication from my perspective. So, in my opinion, communication is sending and receiving information through both verbal and nonverbal cues or signals. There's verbal language, body movement, gestures, tone, all sorts of different things that kind of play a role in how we communicate with people. I think that last quarter I gave the example of how you say things can change the meaning of the same words. So saying like, I love the Seahawks compared to I love the Seahawks. There's a big difference. You can see me rolling my eyes and my tone is different. And I'm being sarcastic. Another big part of communication is how we listen and receive those cues that others are sending to us. So if you aren't listening and interpreting those messages, you are bound to end up with some sort of a misunderstanding or miscommunication. For the question about organizational communication, I assume that it's how we communicate within an organization or a company. I haven't read much of the book yet, so I'm kind of, like I said, going on an assumption here. I have a feeling it'll be similar to what we learned in 320, but I anticipate that there'll be a lot more of maybe deep dive into how we talk and communicate and relay information within the workplace, depending on who we're working with or talking to. For example, you talk differently with your peers than you do with your supervisors, or you would communicate differently with customers than you would like maybe the media. So I have a feeling that we'll kind of be diving into those different forms of communications within the workplace. As for me, I have a giant, huge family. There's 7 people that live in my house, and we had 7 animals until this last weekend. We now have 8. So we had a rescue dog that we rescued when she was 5 months old. We've had her for a little over a year. And her brother actually was being sent back to that rescue for the second time this year by no fault of his own. It was just unfortunate circumstances with his previous adopters. And so when I heard from the rescue that he was going back, I told her to just bring him here because I didn't want him to have to go through that again. So we are now dealing with a brand new rescue dog who is testing limits. So that's been fun. And yeah, so we're just adjusting to the new 78-pound family member and getting back into the swing of school. And then as far as when I'm not super busy with home and work and school, I really enjoy anything creative. So baking, cooking, DIY projects, home improvement, crafts, painting, stuff like that. I look forward to working with you all again this quarter and hope you all have a good evening. Thanks so much.